The sun was hot that afternoon as Anita arrived at the Lagos State University Girls' Hostel. She had just been admitted to study mass communication, and it was her first time staying far from home. Her heart pounded with both fear and excitement. She passed other students chatting and laughing. Some stared at her as she struggled with her luggage. Sweat rolled down her face, but she managed a small smile. Finally, she reached room 5 in Block B. The door was half open. As she pushed it gently, she saw 2 girls inside. One was tall and dark-skinned, with long braids that reached her waist. She wore designer shoes and painted her nails while humming to music from a speaker. The other girl was lighter-skinned, slim, and busy with her phone, snapping selfies in front of a ring light. Her makeup was flawless. "Hi, I'm Anita," she said shyly, holding her bag close. The tall girl looked up, smiling warmly, and said, "Welcome. I'm Cynthia. 300 level, theater arts." The second girl barely looked up as she said, "Sandra 200 level, business admin." "We are not roommates, we are sisters," she added with a soft laugh. Anita managed a nervous smile. She sat on the empty bed and began unpacking slowly. She didn't know that her new sisters were known across campus as the campus queens. Within a few weeks, Anita began to notice how different Cynthia and Sandra lived. They wore expensive clothes and wigs, changed phones like they were changing clothes, and left the hostel in luxurious cars every other evening. When they walked into lectures, students whispered and stared. The lecturer smiled too much. Security guards greeted them like VIPs. Anita watched it all with curiosity and a little envy. One evening, she finally asked, "How do you girls afford all these things?" Sandra laughed out loud and said, "Baby girl, this is not your mother's house. This is uni. You either hustle or you stay broke." Cynthia added, "We have sponsors, real men who know how to take care of women. Nothing is free, but you must be smart." Anita's eyes widened as she said, "So, sugar daddies?" Sandra waved as she said, "Call it whatever you like. All I know is, no one respects a broke girl." Anita nodded slowly. She didn't say anything, but her mind was racing. She wanted a better life. But was this the way? Weeks passed, and Anita began to change. Sandra gifted her a new wig. Cynthia helped her take proper pictures for Instagram. They taught her how to pose, dress, and smile with style. Soon, Anita had over 5,000 followers. Boys started calling. Even some lecturers started noticing her. Then came Mr. Vincent, a rich, married man who saw her at a restaurant one evening. He walked over and complimented her smile. He gave her his card and left. Anita was nervous. But when she showed Sandra and Cynthia, they both screamed with excitement. Sandra said, "He's a real catch. He can change your life." At first, Anita refused to call him. But after seeing Cynthia travel to Dubai and Sandra flaunt her new iPhone, she gave in. Soon, she was spending weekends in Mr. Vincent's apartment. He bought her clothes and shoes, gave her money, and promised to buy her a car. She smiled more now. Her confidence grew. She became one of the campus queens. One Friday night, Sandra burst into the room with excitement and said, "There's a big party tonight. VIP girls only. Sponsors will be there. Free food, drinks, everything. You girls are coming." They dressed in their best. Cynthia wore a red backless gown. Sandra chose gold, sparkling like a trophy. Anita, dressed in black, looked elegant and new. They arrived at a large mansion in town. Loud music blasted from speakers. Expensive cars filled the compound. Men in suits, gold chains, and sunglasses filled the house. Inside, it was wild. Girls danced. Men laughed loudly. Soon, in the middle of the party, Some girls entered into bedrooms with different men. Within a short time, Anita spotted Mr. Vincent talking closely with a girl in silverware. Both of them later enter one room after a short period of time. Anita felt a sharp pain of jealousy but continued with her dancing and acted as if nothing happened. Later that night, someone screamed, "He's not breathing." It was Mr. Vincent, collapsed in one of the bedrooms. All the girls started running. Some cried. Some hid. Later, police were called. The party turned into panic. Lights were turned on. Sirens echoed in the distance. By morning, the news was everywhere. Businessman dies at private party, Lagos State University girls involved. Anita sat on her bed, shaking. Cynthia entered the room and said, "Nobody says anything. Delete your pictures. Don't say anything to the police if they ask you." Sandra added, "They can't prove anything if we stay silent." But Anita couldn't sleep. Her chest was heavy. Her mother called and said, "Anita, what's going on? People are saying things about your school. What happened in your school? I hope you are not involved." Anita was in big fear. She started crying. She had no words. Later, she told her mother what happened. Her mother was disappointed in her. She told her to go and report what happened to the police. A week later, Anita has made up her mind to say what happened that night. She walked into the police station alone. She told them everything, the party, Mr. Vincent, how the girls lived. She mentioned the sponsors, the trips, the gifts. The officers listened quietly. They thanked her and promised to investigate. The news hit the campus like a bomb. Cynthia and Sandra were arrested. Other girls were named. Some ran away. Lecturers were questioned. All secrets were exposed. The school later suspended Anita for 6 months for unethical behavior, even though she had spoken up. Her parents were angry. Her father didn't speak to her for weeks. But her mother hugged her and said, "I'm just glad you're still alive." 6 months passed. Anita returned to campus quietly. No flashy clothes. No makeup. She moved into a different hostel. She joined a church group and spent more time reading. Some students looked at her with pity. Others mocked her. Some avoided her. But some respected her. She no longer cared about those expensive lifestyles. One evening, after class, a soft voice stopped her and said, "Hi, I'm David. I've seen you around. Just wanted to say I respect your courage." Not everyone would speak up. Anita smiled and said, "Thank you." From then on, her life changed. She now feels free and can focus on her studies.